Yes. Okay. So as part of today's session, we are going to discuss complete the always-on configuration, end-to-end configuration from starting to how you will configure always-on availability groups. Okay, that is what. So as part of today's session, so we have built complete three servers. One is the domain controller server, where we already installed the Active Directory and the domain controller on DC. And the Node 1, Node 2 are the two replicas. So anyone you can treat anyone as a primary replica, and remaining one more node is act as a secondary replica. Okay, so that is what we are going to do today. So first let me build the first cluster, Windows failover cluster. Okay, so I have three missions. All three missions are part of Active Directory. So already we integrated all the domain controllers. Now we are good to configure the always on availability group, right? So before directly jump into always on availability group, you need to build first Windows failover cluster, right? On top of that, we need to configure always on availability group. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the first major prerequisites? First, we need to build the Windows failover cluster. First, we need to build the Windows failover cluster. First, let me search for failover cluster manager. Let me search for failover cluster manager. Yeah, everyone are with me only, right? Online people.
Yes, Anna.
Okay. Okay. So this is the failover cluster manager. Okay, where we are going to build the Windows failover cluster first. Okay. First, before directly going and creating the cluster, you need to first validate the cluster configuration, right? So let's see. We'll validate the nodes whether all the responsive or not. Okay. So node one comma node two. Okay. Let me add it. Okay, I'm just adding the two nodes. Okay, node 1, node 2. So my domain is na.com. Okay, so node 1 is my primary node. I'm treating it as a primary node, and node 2 is as my secondary node. We don't want any SAN servers. Okay, as we are configuring the always on availability group, one major advantage is where you can store the data on the local disk, where you can store on the local disk means to configure always on availability group, you need to install normal SQL standalone installation. You already familiar with that, right? How to install normal SQL standalone installation? Yes or no?
Yes.
So we are not installing SQL on cluster. We are installing normal standalone SQL installation on top of the Windows failure cluster. On top of the Windows failure cluster. Once you build the Windows failure cluster, then you are good to configure the always on availability group. Okay. Yes or no? So that is one major advantage here. See, when you go to the SQL on cluster where you need to store your SQL on the SAN disk only, right? Can you store your data on the local disk when you go for SQL on cluster? No, right? That is a
No.
major, not a disadvantage, major impact. If something happens, see, SAN is nothing but storage area network where you are making a shared storage via network. If something happened to the disk, complete your resources will be offline, right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Now here what we are going to do, right? Here we are going to install normal SQL standalone installation. Then you can go and configure. We are good to configure the always on availability group. First build a Windows failure cluster. Then perform normal SQL standalone installation. Then you are good to configure always on availability group. So what are the major prerequisites? First we will build the Windows failure cluster. Then we will install normal SQL standalone installation. Then third step is very important. You need to enable always an availability feature from configuration level, SQL Server configuration level. Got you?
Yes. Subbu, normally in real environments, we will go for standalone installation or failover cluster installation.
No, standalone installation. Mostly all of the servers now are AZ, right? On AZ, you need to go
Yeah.
for standalone SQL installation.
Is there any particular specific scenario where we need to go for failover cluster or no, Subbu?
See, earlier we have the SQL on the cluster. So earlier days, like 5 years back, before always on introduced, we have no other option. if you wanted to maintain the instance level where you need to go on the SQL on the cluster. But
Okay.
now, on 2012 onwards, Microsoft introduced always on availability group, right? We have one advantage like where we can install normal SQL standalone installation on top of failure cluster manager. On top of failure cluster manager, we are installing normal SQL standalone installation where we can store the data in the local drives instead of storing on the SAN disk. Got you?
Okay.
Okay. Everyone got you? So now my cluster validation successful. There is no failure. The warnings you can ignore, no worries. But everything is success. Okay. Okay. So now we are good. Okay. Now you can go and configure the failure cluster manager. Okay. Finish. My validation is done. Please, that is a major prerequisite here. Before going to click on the create cluster, please validate the cluster. In case if any issue with the network or storage or any issue, you can contact the Windows team immediately. Okay. So first
Yes.
validate the cluster. If everything is fine, then you can good to configure the cluster. Click on the create cluster, provide the node information. Means replicas, okay? Means replicas. Replica 1, replica 2. How many replicas you wanted to configure? Click on next. So what is the cluster name? So my first AG. Okay, my first AG is my cluster name. Click on next. Okay, so click on next. Now you are good to configure the cluster. Okay, yes, we are good. So cluster is done. You configure the cluster. Okay, click on finish. You will get the cluster name. My first ag.na.com is your cluster name. Okay, currently current host is node 2. Okay, so first we build a cluster, so you can go and verify currently there are no nodes or no roles are available. When you go to the nodes, so there will be two nodes, both are up and running. And coming to storage, we have only one storage disk I just created for the quorum purpose. Okay, quorum purpose apart from nothing, because here no need, right? You can store the data in local disk, right? No need any SAN disk, right? In case if you create the
Yes.
SAN disk only, that will be visible in the storage under the disk. Okay, if local disk, no need to worry. Okay, it won't visible here. Now first step is we configure the quorum. Good. Sorry, cluster. Now next step is you need to configure quorum, right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay, go to the right click on the cluster. Getting or not, Mohammed, Prasad, RK, Sai?
Yes, Anna. Getting Anna.
because because you already know, how to configure cluster, how to configure quorum. Okay, right click on the cluster and click on the more action, then configure quorum cluster quorum settings. Configure cluster quorum settings, then click on next. Okay, use default quorum configuration. Go for advanced quorum configuration. Click on next, then you will get configure a disk witness quorum, configure a file share witness quorum, configure a quorum witness in cloud. Cloud you can configure. So last demo on cluster, I already told you we configure as a disk quorum, right? Yes,
Yes.
I told you we will create a file share quorum now. Okay, now see, configure file share quorum. Click on next. So go to the path. So where is your path? Click on browser. So I created the path on DC server. DC. I will show you how to create. Okay, see, once I select the server, by default you are getting the SAN disk. See, so this is the path where I created already. Okay, so that is what I need to show you. Let me show you. Okay, You already know, right, how to create the disk, SanDisk, right? Everyone, online people. Hey, we already know, right, how to create the SanDisk. Mohammed, RK.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now go to the file share. Go to the file share. You have one option called, don't go to the iSCSI. I am not creating the disk, sir. I am creating the file share. I need to create the file share, right? You can go for the share. You can go for the click on the share, go to the task, click on new share. Click on new share and select the file share profile. So that will be provided by the Windows team. No need to worry. As of now, please go and select either SMB file share quick. Okay, just I am selecting SMB share quick. Okay, then click on next. So where I need to store this file share, I already created one folder called SAN folder. I created already one folder called SAN folder. On that SAN folder, I am going to store this file share. Okay, click on next. Then you can specify any name here. So I am going to specify quorum. Quorum. I am specifying quorum. Okay, so this is the path. This is the path. Okay, where you are going to store your quorum under this path, under the DC, under the quorum, where you are going to store your quorum information. Click on next. Here the very important, sir. Here you need to customize. You need to grant the permission. You need to grant the permission to the all the servers whatever you wanted to access this path. So wherever you wanted to access this path, under all the server information, all the servers you need to grant here. Like just click on add, go to the select as a principal and provide the node information, node 1, then check. Okay, sorry, I need to select the computer. Okay, then check on check. Okay, then you need to grant the full control. Then you need to grant the full control. So this is only one thing you need to do, sir. Okay, just you need to select the nodes. Then you need to select the nodes, how many nodes you want to use this file share, right? So all the replicas, how many replicas you are going to integrate under this cluster, all the replicas to go and grant the full access control to this quorum shared path, to the quorum shared path. Getting my point, online people?
Subbu, to open this file store, where you went now?
But where file share? No custom permissions, right? No, I see. No, I just went to the iSCSI only. Nothing where I'm not went. Okay, go to
That is iSCSI only, right?
iSCSI. On top of we have the sharing, right? Click on sharing. Go to the task.
No,
Click on new share.
I am asking about this window where you got. I mean that server manager, file and store service. This server, this window where you got.
Server
How you
manager
got?
only. Go to the server
Server
manager.
manager.
Click on file share and storage.
Okay.
Sir.
Click on sharing and go to the task. Click on new share. Click on next. And where you wanted to store your file share, browse. I already created the SanDisk. Go to the select. Okay. Sorry. SanDisk. Click on next. I wanted to store it as a quorum. Quorum. I'm just providing the name quorum. Click on next. Click on next, and then I need to customize. I need to grant the permission whatever the servers I want. I already added. Okay, node 1, node 2, and my login. So you need to add the permission under the permission window, as well as you need to add the permission under share as well. So both will comes into the same. Okay, then click on OK. Click on OK. Then click on next. Then click on create. That's it. Once you create the file share here, once you create the file share here, what you need to do when you are going to configure the cluster, oh, here only, right? We are so just what you need to do, nothing. You need to just select the where you created the file share, under which server you created the file share. That server you need to just select. Automatically it will reflect here. Automatically it will reflect here. Oh, sorry. So let me go and create one more file share. Okay, create quorum. Done. Okay, cancel it. Let me again browse it. Okay, show the file share folder. See, I have the two folders. One is the quorum folder, one is the SAN folder. Where you wanted to store? Under quorum folder, I'm going to store. Click on OK. See, got you? Now I am storing quorum under file share. Hey, everyone getting right? RK, Mohammed, Sai, Prasad.
Yes, yes. Super.
Last demo, we done the configuration via disk level, disk quorum. Now what I am going to do, I am configuring the quorum in the file share.
Yes.
Got you? Click
Yes,
on
got
next.
it.
Click on next. Done. Your quorum is configured. Now you can go to the cluster. What type of quorum it is? Alan, tell me
File
what
share.
type of.
File share.
Private name.
That's it. We are good. You configure the cluster. You validate the cluster. You configure the cluster. You configure the quorum. Now we are good to configure the installation. Sorry, perform the SQL installation on all participated replicas, right? So how many replicas, how many node replicas it is always on? Two node replicas, three node replicas, four node replicas. So on all remaining participated replicas, you need to install normal SQL standalone installation. Getting or not? Hey, this is my DC server here. Okay. So these two are the remaining node 1, node 2. Getting my point?
Yes.
Okay. Go to the configuration manager.
Yes.
Go to the configuration manager. I already performed the SQL installation. Okay. Hey, just normal SQL standalone installation. So as you are familiar, that is the main reason I just installed. Okay, to make the demo healthy. Again, we are need to spend for 20 to 30 minutes for installation itself. A normal SQL standalone installation. I am just repeating again. Normal SQL standalone installation you need to install in all participator replicas. Got you?
Okay.
Okay. So once your SQL installation is done, once your normal SQL installation is done, okay. Now what you need to see, this is very important, sir. Okay, this is very important. Once you perform the normal SQL installation, you need to enable the always on availability feature from the configuration manager. Please, sir, this is very highlighted important points. So whenever they are asking, can you please explain the prerequisites? So they are just expecting the answer. This is what answer. Everyone will tell we will install the normal SQL standalone installation, then we'll go and configure always on availability group. Very wrong, sir. You need to enable the always on availability feature from the configuration manager. Then you need to restart the SQL services. Please try to remember, make a note, double star, 5 star, 10 star. This is very critical important point, prerequisites. You need to enable the always on availability feature and you need to restart the SQL services. Okay, I'm enabling. See my cluster name, right? This is my cluster name, right? My first AG. My first AG is my cluster name which I created. Just now. Just now I created, right?
Yes.
Okay. Enable the always on availability group. Then click on apply. Okay. Then click on OK. Then try to restart the SQL services. Try to restart the SQL services. Sir, what will happen if I am not enabling the always on availability group? Definitely will get one doubt, right? Yes or no? Okay, let me open SQL Server Management Studio. Let me open. I am not enabled on Node 1, sir. I just enable on Node 2. This is my Node 2, right? I enable 132 is my Node 2. I enable on Node 2. Still, we not yet enable on Node 1. Okay, this is my Node 1. 2, 3, 4 is Node 1. I try to remember that codes. Okay, 2, 3, 4 is my Node 1. 135 is Node 2, and 118 is my DC server, domain controller server. Okay, I am not yet enable on node 1. Now let me see what will happen if you are not enabling. You are not able to configure always on availability group, sir. Okay,
It will not show
until
down.
unless, yes, until unless you enable always on availability from the configuration manager, you are not Okay, moving forward, nothing. Please be mute, please be mute. Okay, this is my node 1. Okay, I am trying to connect to the node 1. Let me connect to the node 2 as well. So where my node 2 is available, where my node 2 is available on the different server, right?
Yes, yes.
Shit. I connected via DC only, right? Why it is asking? Let me close this SMS, okay? No, because it is opening with the node 1 user. Need to open any user. Meanwhile, proceeding, routing
Service
replica.
is stopped state.
Sorry?
Browser service is stopped state. SQL server browser. In the configuration level, browser service is in stopped state.
Oh, well, no, because this is only one instance, right? In one instance, no need to worry. This is the challenge while I'm deploying the SQL services. Shit. Let me do one thing here. Sorry.
No, you can connect with SQL authentication, correct?
SQL authentication, how you can connect? SA. You mean to say SA?
Yeah.
Yes, but I want to connect with the Windows only, okay? Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me create the user. Let me create one user, okay? Why to avoid? Okay. This server having some. Yeah, I enable with SA only. I can connect with SA. Let me grant. Okay, we are good. Let me connect to the node 2 as well. Node 2, not with Windows. Let me grant with SA. And let me connect with SA. Okay, now let me grant the permission here as well. Let me create a login. Okay, to avoid every time multiple attempts. Okay. 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 We are good, sir. It's already available. Okay. Cool. Good. Now see. Okay. Now on node 1, I enable the always on availability group from the configuration manager level, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
I already enabled the always on availability group on the node 2, but node 1 no. So let me do one thing. Okay, let me try to perform the two things so that everyone will be at the same line, whoever seeing the first time. So right click on availability group, see you are not getting to configure at least always on availability group. When you right click on here, you are getting new always on availability group. Until unless you enable the always on availability group feature from the configuration manager, you cannot you cannot configure the always on availability group. So that is a major prerequisite. You need to enable and you need to restart the SQL services. See, I am enabling without the restart. Let me go and enable. Don't perform the restart. Okay, let me enable it. I am not performing the restart. Okay, will reflect? Now I enabled, right? Now I enable always on in node 1 as well, but I not yet restarted the SQL services. Will you configure? No. Until you perform the restart, it won't reflect.
No.
It won't reflect. So restart the SQL services. Restart the SQL services. Got you, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, bro.
So everyone is at same lane, right? How to configure the cluster, how to configure the file share quorum, okay, how to enable the always on availability feature from the configuration manager level. Till now, everyone is clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we are good to perform the always on availability group. Okay, now we are good to install the always on availability group. Now see, now before directly jump into that concept, let me create a couple of databases. Okay, let me create couple of databases for demo purpose. Okay, so let me not restore where backups are not available, right? Let me create a database. So one is first DB. First DB. Okay, so I'm just creating one database name as a first DB. Okay, let me create couple of databases. So node 1 is acting as primary, sir. Here from my perspective, node 1 is acting as a primary, so where I'm going to create the databases. Now second DB, I'm creating one more database called second DB. Okay, and let me create one more DB, third DB. DB. Okay, all my owner as SA, and make sure that always your recovery model merchant should be full. Okay, always your recovery model merchant should be full. Okay, so I created the three databases. I created three databases. Now we are good to configure always an availability group, right? So we have three databases. We enable always an availability
Yeah.
group. Now we are good to configure always an availability group. So what are the prerequisites to configure again always an availability group? Just refresh. Okay, now we are good. Okay, what are the prerequisites? You require the always on availability group name. You require always on availability group name. So what is availability group? First, always first no. Let me use SBI AG. Okay, go for SBI AG. I'm creating always on availability group name as is SBI AG. Okay, I am selecting a Windows failure cluster. I'm selecting Windows failure cluster. Cluster type is database level health check. It is a new feature, sir. We'll explain on tomorrow. What is this feature? Okay. Click on next. Now see, I have three databases. Can I select any one of the database? No. What are the major prerequisites?
Full backup.
Full
At
backup.
least you need to perform full backup. At least you need to perform full backup. Yes or no? Yes
Yes.
or no, people? Yes. Okay. So first, for that, first I need to perform the full backup. Go and take full backup first. Okay. Go and perform the full backup in all databases. Don't perform copy only. Okay. Just perform full backup, normal full backup. Go to task, then perform normal full backup for all databases. Okay. Okay. So three databases full backup is done. Now go to here and try to refresh once. See, now you can select. Now you can select. Yes or no?
Yes.
Once you perform the full backup, the status will be changed to METS prerequisites. Okay, so full backup is the major prerequisites again when you wanted to add the database to the availability group. So currently I'm having three databases. Currently I'm having three databases. Presently I'm adding only two databases to this availability group. What is my availability group name? SBI AG, right? SBI AG. For that availability group, I'm adding two databases. So there is nowhere where you can tell, okay, sir, all three databases I need to go to this availability group only. No, sir. You can create multiple availability groups. That is what yesterday I told you, right? You can create multiple availability groups. You can add respect to database, but make sure that if you add first DB and second DB to this availability group, you cannot add again these two databases to any other availability group as part of this instance. Only one, even you have multiple availability groups, only one database is part of the one availability group only. That is a one point you need to remember. Got you?
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So I am taking two databases. One database, I will add one more availability group for the other demo purpose. Okay. So this is what. So this is what the window where you need to concentrate more. Everything you will do in here. Okay. So currently this is my node 1. Okay. So you need to add one more replica. So that is node 2, right? So add one more replica. Okay. Add one more replica. That is node 2. Okay, node 2. Either you can make it as a synchronous mode or you can make it as a asynchronous mode. Now I'm making it as a synchronous mode and supports the automatic failover. Now see, automatic failover supports up to 3. Up to 3. Automatic failure. Initially, Microsoft started with the automatic failure to 1. Okay, now it supports 3. Getting my point?
Yes.
Following people? Okay. Now, readable secondary. I am not going for any readable secondary, sir. Okay. So as of now, I'm just ignoring all this. One by one, we'll go for one by one. First, we'll complete the normal configuration. Then we'll go for backup preferences. Then we'll go for listener. Then we'll go for read-only routings. Then we'll complete all this. Basic. Okay. Clear? I am not going for anything. I'm just ignoring everything. Okay, just go to the endpoints. So you already know, right? So whatever the endpoints which is listening on the mirroring, same level of endpoints here also 5022. In mirroring also 5022 only, right, sir?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, let me do one thing. I want this one. Okay. Okay. So for routings and all, I would just want this one. Okay, that's I'm just copying. Okay, I am not changing anything. So this is node 1, node 2. This is the default port number 5022 it is listening. Okay, so if you want to change, you can change it, sir. Okay, if you want to change, you can change it. So don't get confused. If someone is asking, can I change the default endpoint for the always on availability group? Yes, sir. Yes, you can change. Yes, right.
Yes.
Yes, yes, you can change, sir. And the default endpoint name is HADR endpoint. HADR endpoint is your name. And backup preference, I am going for default as of now. And listener, I am not configuring any listener as of now. I will configure one by one. And read-only routings, I am not routing anything as of now. I will route in the just give after some time. Okay. I am just clicking on the next. I'm just clicking on the next. Okay. I just selected the replicas and make it to synchronous state and selected as automatic failover, and I just verified the endpoints. Okay, apart from nothing I done, right? I not yet configured the backup preferences. I not yet configured the read-only routings. Not yet configured the listener as of now, right? Right, sir?
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the two options mostly we will focus now. Okay. Later we'll go for auto seeding today only. Okay. See, two options, sir. One is full backup and log backup. One is full backup and log backup. Here, one thing, sir, you can manually take the full backup and log backup. You can restore it on secondary replica and use join only. When you will go for join only, sir, means you already manually taken the full backup and log backup. You copy to the secondary replica and you try to restore it. Okay, you know, right, how to perform configure mirroring. In mirroring we have done same, right? You have taken the full backup, log backup, and move it to the secondary instance, and you have restored it, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, same way,
Yes.
you manually done the full backup, log backup, and you already restored with no recovery. Hey, here also, sir, no recovery only. It won't supports standby mode. It won't supports online. You need to restore on secondary. Always the database must should be no recovery mode. In secondary replica, always your database will be no recovery mode only. But even though if it is no recovery mode, you can read the data, sir. No worries. You can read the data. That is the major advantage in the always on availability group. Okay, getting my point?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you don't want to take manually full backup every time and you need to copy it and you need to restore it, sir, it is headache for me. Sir, you can tell to SQL, hey, take the full backup, take the log backup, and you perform the installation and you join the replicas. Everything will done by full backup and log backup by SQL Server itself, sir. Either you can go for the manual full backup and log backup, you can join it, or you can tell to SQL, hey, you perform the full backup, log backup. You perform the full backup, log backup, and you can do whatever. So which
But
option is best?
without taking a full backup at least once, we will not able to come to this wizard, correct?
No, no, no. At least you're not able to select, right? One full backup
Yeah.
is the mandatory. One full backup is the mandatory. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now for this purpose, what I'm going to do is I am just creating one folder, shared folder, common shared folder to all the disks, all the servers. Okay. AG backup. I am creating one folder, AG backup. Okay. And I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. Okay. So I'm going to share it. Okay. NA KMS. So getting or not online people? Okay. Okay. NA KMS. NA KMS. Okay. I am performing read write operation. Read write operation. Share. Okay. This is my path. Done. Copy this path. Copy this path, sir. Close it. Okay. Go to the browser. Browse. Okay. You can expand. You will get automatic this path. Select this path. In real world also same, sir. Okay. Click on OK. Path is already created. Mostly they will create the path and they will tell you the path. Okay. Where it is created. You need to just select the path. Click on next. Hey, I am choosing this methodology. You can try, everyone. You can try with a join. Take the manually full backup, log backup, copy to the secondary server and restore with no recovery and use join only. Okay. You can try this one. I'm showing this option. Getting my point? Click on
Yes.
next. Okay. Validation. It is just validating everything. Okay. Warning, because we not yet configure the listener, right, sir? So it will show the warning. No need to worry. Click on next. Okay. So click on finish. Click more option. Now see, it is taking the full backup. It will take the full backup. It will move to the secondary and it will restore it. Sir, it will take very less time because nothing is available in our databases, right? But when you go to the real world, it will
Yeah,
take a lot of time. Uh, See, my suggestion is when your database is very huge, go for join only option, sir. You manually take the full backup, log backup, and go to the means if database is exceeding more than 300 GB, don't go for this option. If it is less than 200, 250, 100 GB, then go for this option. No need to again you take backup, copy it, and restore it. So it will perform all these activities. Now you can go and verify. Now you can go and verify. See, just refresh both the instance. Refresh both the instance. See, when you expand the availability group, you have the availability group. Okay, when you expand it, again you will get three options: availability replicas, availability databases, availability listener. When you expand the replicas, how many replicas it is? Two node replicas. Okay, node 1, node 2. Node 1 is primary, node 2 is my secondary. And go to the databases, you will see how many databases are available. You can see listener, but still now we not yet configure listener, right? Any difficulties are to configure the always on availability group, normal always on availability group? Any difficulty?
No.
Online people?
No.
Remaining people?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No,
Any
no.
questions? Any doubts? It's clear, right? Hey, sir, we not yet done any backups. We not yet done any routings. We not yet done any listener. We'll go one by one. First, I want to clear your doubts how to configure a basic always on availability group. Then we'll go one by one, step by step. Okay?
Yes, sir. It's fine. It's fine on as of now.
Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Now, let me configure one more availability group. Okay, so that you will clear that. Okay, I can create n number of availability group in my instance. Okay, right click on always on availability group, click on new availability wizard. Okay, no. Okay, skip that option. I will show you using auto seeding. That option I will show you using auto scaling. Okay, just hold on. Okay, so till now any questions, online people? You can go and verify. See, two databases are on restoring mode. Okay, why it is in restoring mode? Oh, I need to refresh. Sorry, sir. Why? Okay, click on show dashboard. Let's see. Just hold on. Oh, something warning. Okay, very good. Yeah, node 2 is responsive.
If node 1 crashes and we have created the quorum disk in the node 1 only, so then voting will not happen, Asubu. We
No,
need to
node
create
1. See,
quorum disk.
quorum we created on DC server, not in node 1. Quorum I
DC
created on
only.
DC server. Yes. Okay. Go to the roles. We are able to see the roles. Okay. Just hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay. Let me do one thing. Hey, one second, it's not joined. It is showing joined. There are. Okay. Why it is not joined? It should be joined. Okay. Okay. Now it's ours is very healthy. You can try to refresh. Okay. Just refresh the instance. Sometimes due to some network issue, sometimes it won't join, sir. Okay. In case if you see that, you can go to the database. Okay. Now your replica is healthy. Okay. Now it is healthy, and both are in synchronized state, right? Yes or no? Online people.
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes because we are connecting via network, right? That too we place the servers in Azure. Our bandwidth also very important, sir. So in case sometimes that will make us once you are starting only, right? You not at after installation we got errors means you can validate. Now at the starting time, right? You can just expand the databases, go and verify. Okay. So what are the status are available? Try to I just join the databases. Apart from nothing I done. Okay. Okay, but it will join, sir. In real world it will join, but sometimes due to some network issues, this kind of issues you'll see, you just go and validate the one by one. Okay, I will show you how to what are the parameters you need to validate. Okay, for further. Now we are good. We configured the always an availability group, and my primary is on node 1. Okay, so my always on availability is very healthy, and this is the show dashboard, sir. We'll have lot many options. We will discuss a lot about these options. Okay, in coming next few minutes. Okay, so everyone clear how
Yes.
to create the always on availability group? We'll go for one by one now.
Sana.
Okay, now, okay, so let me do one thing. Okay, so let me go to the always on availability group properties. Okay, so this is how your properties look like. Okay, now you are enabling the read only. Now you are first we'll practice read only routings, then we'll go for backup preferences, then we'll go for auto seeding one by one. Or you can tell any order. Okay, I'm pretty much comfortable. Okay, let me first go for read only routings. Okay, then we'll go for backup preferences, then finally we'll go for auto seeding, which is introduced on 2016 onwards. Okay, okay, so what is read only routing, sir? What is read-only routings? In case if you wanted to balance the load on the primary replica to avoid the only to perform the write operations on the primary, almost all the read operations can be done on the secondary. Almost your operations can be done on the secondary. Okay, then you can enable the read-only routings, right? Then you can enable the read-only routings. So there are three options under readable secondary. No, read intent only. Yes, yes, right. So these are the three options. No means you cannot perform any select statement over the secondary replica. Means you cannot read any data on the secondary replica. You cannot read any data on the secondary replica. Yes means these settings allows the read-only workloads regardless for whether or not the application connection string contains the parameter application read intent only. Means in case if you are enabling yes means, okay, in case if you are enabling yes means it can balance the load, it can go the select operation to the secondary replica even if your application is not keeping read intent only. Okay, read intent only. In case if your application team is not the pass the connection string as read intent only, I will show you, sir, just hold on. If application team is not passing the connection string read intent only, even though it will pass the read connections to the secondary replica, read connections to the secondary replica. Okay, but read intent only means definitely you need to pass the connection string as intent read only. Okay, you need to pass this connection string. If you are not passing this connection string, it won't route the connections to the secondary replica. Getting my point? In case if you are placing read intent only means your application team mustn't should pass the connection string read intent only. Got you? Got you, online people? Online people getting right? So when you are keeping yes means, okay, even you are not keeping read only option, you can route the conditions to the secondary replica. Listener will take care. In case if you are setting intent only means, definitely you need to pass the conditions here as application intent equal to read only. That is what the major, okay. So differences when you notice with yes, when you notice with read intent only. Got you? Got you? Okay. So
Yes, Anna.
before going to this, okay, let me complete the listener. So once we create the listener, we can route the connections easy, right? So right click on the listener, add the listener. So what is the listener? Listener is nothing but a application connection string. Okay, so application team directly pass the connection string as a listener name. So SBI AG ELS. SBI AG ELS is my listener number. So by default, mostly we will use, so whatever the SQL port number you are using, same port number we will go in real world also. So we mostly for
Anna,
the listener, yes, someone is asking.
Anna, connection string means what, Anna? Yeah.
Application, how they will
No,
connect to
connection
the
string means what?
application team, how they will connect to the SQL server. They need to pass the connection string, right? Every application there should be should be connection string. So to which server, to which database, what is the user, what is the password, they will pass up. Every application team will pass the connection string. Technically we are calling it as a connection string. Okay, otherwise your application will, how they will know this, to which SQL instance I need to connect, to which database I need to connect. So that is a connection string. I will show you what is the connection string. Okay, hold on. Okay, now,
Okay.
okay, I'm going for the static IP address. Okay, I'm going for the static IP address as I'm using only one subnet masking. See, I'm using only one subnet masking, sir. So I am going for 10.0.0.10. Sorry. Dot 10. So this is my listener IP address. 10.0.0.10. So what are the major prerequisites to configure the listener? Listener name, listener port number, listener IP address. Got you, everyone? These are the major prerequisites you wanted to configure the listener. Okay, just click on OK, then click on OK. Hey, getting or not? Prasad, Naresh, RK,
Yes, Anna,
everyone getting
getting.
right? How to create the listener?
Yeah.
So just go to the availability group, right click on the availability group listener. After you creating the availability group, you can create the listener. While you are creating the availability group also, you can create the listener. Both ways, okay? Yes, got you. My listener is configured. Okay, let me try to connect with the listener. Okay, SBI AG LS. See, I connected to the listener, right? I connected with the listener. I not yet connected with the node names. So I don't know currently which is my primary replica, which is my secondary replica, until unless you go and verify to the availability replicas. Until unless you connect to the availability replicas only, you came to know which is my primary, which is my secondary. So application team will pass the connection string listener name. They will pass the connection string as a listener name. Okay, they won't pass the node name, node 1, node 2, or any, if it is a named instance, they won't pass it as a named instance. They will directly pass the connection string as a listener name. Getting my point? Online people?
Yes.
Mohammed, Naresh, Sai.
Yes, Anna.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, please ask doubts. Okay. So everyone is nowadays always and is the topmost feature. Please clarify your doubts. This is the best way, best time to clarify your doubts. Okay. If you are sitting idle, I'm pretty much helpless. Okay. I thought that you are understanding. I will go like anything. Try to ask. Okay. Try to ask the questions. Now, let me go to the routing list. I wanted to route. I am going to routing list. Okay. Now we'll practice the routing list. Now, as of now, I not yet enable the read-only replicas, right? I am trying to enable the read intent only, and I am trying to enable read intent. Both I am trying to enable the read intent only. Okay. Okay. Let me clarify your doubt. Let me pass yes first. Yes. Me see, sir. Why you are enabling for primary also? Yes. This is what you will get the question right first. Sir, this is my primary replica. Why you are enabling yes? See,
When it gets
when this
failure,
when it will become the failover, the primary will become the secondary, right, sir? See, when
correct.
something happened to your primary, it will do the failover, right? Primary will become secondary, secondary will become primary, right? When the
Yes,
node
yes.
one become the secondary, whether you need to perform read or not. Got you, sir?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Anna.
So I am just trying to perform yes. Okay. Perform yes. Okay. And see, I believe. Okay. SSMS latest version, sir, in older version like 2016, latest below 2016, 2014, 2012 SSMS, there is no option called read-only routings. Okay, GUI, graphical user interface, sir. I'm specially telling graphical user interface. So if you are not seeing read-only routings on SSMS when you open in real world, like Naresh or Mohammed, when you are trying to open Joe, when you are trying to open SSMS, and when you're not able to see read-only routing, means you are not using latest SSMS. Getting my point? This is latest SSMS. They release this options are read-only routings. So instead of going the command prompt, you can route the connections using the GUI, graphical user interface itself. So in case if you are not using, sir, that is your oldest SSMS. Got you? Got you, sir, everyone?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
That is the one point, sir, everyone need to remember. Now, here, when you go for the read-only routings, read-only routings, definitely, sir, this is the major important entry questions. You enable, so I enable read-only, yes, yes. Will it work, sir? No, sir, you need to set the proper routing list. Until unless you need to route the list, okay, it won't work properly. It will directly pointing to the node 1, node 1, node 1. Sorry, it will directly pointing to the primary replica. So please, okay, make best routing list, sir. You need to first configure a routing list, and you go for the routing list, sir. We have two. One is the routing read only routings URL, read only routing list. Under read only routing URL, you need to specify the fully qualified domain name. Under read only routings, you need to configure fully qualified domain names, sir. Under read only routing list, you need to configure the servers. You need to configure the servers. So routing list, servers, sir. URL, fully qualified domain name, sir. Clear, everyone? So this is my fully qualified domain name, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, copy. That is why I copied, sir. Okay, paste it. Okay, paste it. So this is my fully configured domain name. Okay, paste it. Got you? Okay,
Yeah.
got you, sir. Okay, so this is the URL, sir. URL is nothing but a fully qualified domain name. When you're going for routing lister, okay, that is why see, when you these connections redirect based on the routing rules. Very, very important, sir. Okay, don't assume that I enable the read only on the replicas. Okay, my work is done. It's a very wrong approach, sir. Everyone is getting confused. Until unless you enable the routing rules, it won't works properly. Please try to make a note when you are enabling secondaries for the read only. If you are not enabling, then no need to worry about all this, sir. You can ignore. Okay, you can ignore if you're not enabling read onlys. When you specially going and enabling the read only, please make sure that you need to redact the routing rules. Then when you go for the rules, we have the two rules, sir. One is URL rule, one is the list rule. Under URL rule, you are going to specify the fully qualified domain name. From the command prompt, sir, alter availability group name, modify role on node 1. This is my node 1, right? With secondary role, read only routing URL. So this is only it will change, sir. Here it is a list, here it is a URL. Okay. URL, you need to specify fully qualified domain name, sir. In a list, you need to specify the server name, sir. Got you?
Yes.
So one method I am showing from the GUI, one method I will show from GUI, one method I will show from command prompt. So after we create one more availability group using auto seeding, I will again show you routing list with help of command prompt. Is it fine, sir? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Anna.
Any Naresh? Only I'm listening. Prasad, Mohammed, Naresh. Comfortable, Sai? Very, very interesting, sir. We are spending good time,
Yes,
decent
sir.
amount of time. We have the time. Okay, I'm going very slowly so that you will be very strong. Okay, now see routing list. In case if my node one, so where I need to route the connections to the node two, right? Node two, right?
Yes.
Node two, node two. When I want to route the connections to node one, node one,
No.
node one. That's it, sir. Got you, sir? Everyone got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the basic routing list, sir. Again, see URL, you no need to worry, sir. URL, you need to just specify the uh, uh, fully qualified domain name, sir. But when you go for the list, so we have many options, sir. That is what I captured it, okay, to show you. But don't get confused. When you are going for node list, URL is very easy, sir. Just you need to specify the fully qualified domain name. But when you going for the list, you can group the list again. See, in case I'm having 5 nodes, in case I'm configuring 5 replicas, sir, 5 node replicas it is. Okay, I wanted to group first. One, two, three. First, it will try to read the data from either node 1 or node 2 or node 3. In case any one of the node is or not available as per this group, then I can go for node 4 or node 5. Got you? So you can group, sir, by specifying the brackets. Within the bracket, again I'm specifying the brackets, right? You are grouping. Again you are grouping. You are grouping means, so like a priority. Which one? So I have a number of secondary replicas, sir. Which replicas I need to read first? You can group, sir, again. So by keeping the brackets. When you keep the brackets, those the replicas which are part of that bracket will be highest priority. Getting my point?
Yeah.
The other people, Naresh, RK, the 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 replicas which are part of that bracket, sir. Within the bracket, again there is a sub bracket. See, within this bracket, I again create one sub bracket, sir. Okay. So if in case if you are making like this, okay. So these are the most important routing list, secondary read only routings. Later, in case if my node 1 is not available, node 2 is not available, node 3 is not available, then it will go for node 4 or node 5. Your groupings are routing list. In case if you have multiple secondary replicas. Currently, I am having only one single replica sir here. Okay, so I am having only one to one, right? So that is why. In case if you are having multiple secondary replicas, you can group. You can ask application team which is the highest priority secondary replicas where I need to create. If they are not telling, you can go for node 2, node 3, node 4. Okay, got you?
Yes.
So very important, sir. So this is everyone need to remember. You can group the routing rules again. Routing list rules, sir. You can group the replicas in the list. But URL, no need to worry, sir. URL is just like a fully qualified domain name. Got you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No.
Now try to click on OK. Okay? Click on OK. So what is showing? An availability node 2 that is specified in the read-only routing list for the availability replicas. Node 1 does not have the value set for the read-only routing URL. Okay, you cannot get the value with replicas. Okay. What I done? Yes. Endpoints is node 1 node. Okay, okay. One second, sir. Common foot. Oh, got you, sir. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Sorry, sir. This is the mistake. So we cannot pass the endpoint port number, sir. We need to pass the SQL Server port number, right? Hey, sir, we are passing endpoint port number, sir, by mistake. Yes or no?
Yeah.
We can't pass the endpoint port number, right? We need to pass the SQL Server port number, right?
Yeah,
1433.
1433. Yes.
Yeah, I got no. Yeah, yes. So that is what, sir. See, how many times you are practicing is very important, sir. In case in normal time also, we may forget in day-to-day busy. Okay, so now that is the best. You can click on OK. Node 2, okay. Node 1, okay. Again, we are seeing why. Just hold on, sir.
Anna, in the list of read-only routing list, mention the port number instead of that one.
No. List is nothing servers, okay? List is nothing but servers. So what exactly is showing property? An availability node 2 that is specified read-only routing list for the availability replicas node 1 do not have the value set for read-only routing URL. Ensure the read-only URL is set for each availability replicas. Okay. First we set the URLs. Remove. Okay. Node 1, node 2. Node 1, node 2. Correct, right? Okay. First let me set. Yeah. So first we need to set the URL, sir. Okay. First we need to set the URLs. I'm parallelly setting all. Getting my point? First we need to set the URL, sir. Then you can set the list. Getting my point?
Okay.
By mistakenly what we done, we are trying to perform everything at the same time. Okay. First you need to set the URL. Okay. Say this is what every time I will go from the command prompt, right? So I will run first the URL, then I will go for the list. Here, what I am going to do from the GUI, I am parallelly doing everything. Okay, not like that, sir. Okay, now I am routing to the node 2 here and node 1 here. Okay, so click on OK. So we are good. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Everyone is clear? Okay. Okay. Let me do one thing. To practice everything, we require at least one table, right, sir? We not yet created one table at least. Let me create one table. Create table, table name emp values. Sorry, not values. Okay, employee ID integer, comma, employee name. Okay, varchar 20. Yes. Okay, done. Now, okay, go on, insert the data. Insert into emp values. Okay, 1 comma a single quotes KMS. Okay, let me try to insert few records. Let me. Okay, ABC RK. So Naresh. Mohammed. Dilip. Okay, let me try to insert few records. Okay, I try to insert the few records. Okay, I try to insert the few records. Now, okay, now let me go and connect. Normally, I'm just connecting to the node 2, sir. Okay, to show you whether we can perform the read operations or not. Okay, I'm normally connecting to show you practically. See, now currently my this is secondary replica, right? Yes or no? Node 2 is my secondary replica, right? Secondary. Correct, right? Now close this one, we don't want. Okay, now this is my database where I can perform the read operation. See, now you can perform the select operation. Select star from emp. Enter. See, you are getting the data, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You are balancing the load, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Got you, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, okay. Let me do one thing. Okay. Let me go to here. Okay. So let me change to read only routings. Okay. Intent read only. So that we can practice a lot. Intent read. Yes, you can fail over, sir. You can fail over. I just changed to read intent only. Okay. I just changed to read intent only. Okay. So that it will go for healthy demo. Okay. So read intent only. Now, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just disconnecting all. I'm just disconnecting everything. Okay. So let me open the command prompt to make very healthy demo, sir. Let me open the command prompt with administrator. Okay. CMD command prompt with as administrator. Now what I'm going to show you. Okay. So what is my listener name? I forgot my listener name. What is my listener name? SBAGLS, right? So this, what it is, sorry. Okay. So this is the condition string where I'm passing. Okay. So this is the condition string where I'm passing. Okay. Here. This is my, okay. You can paste it. Now I am going to say, I am trying to connect with the SQL CMD, sir. Okay. I am passing the directly listener name. What is my listener name? SBI AG LS, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
SQL CMD hyphen S server name actually you will pass the instance name, right? You will pass the instance name here. So I am passing the listener name -e. Okay. So encrypting your data, your connection is encrypting -d database name. So what is the database name, sir?
First DB.
ls space -e. So what is the first DB, right? My database name is first DB, right? First DB and -k, sir, -k, and you need to pass read only because you enable read intent only, right? When you enable the read intent only, this is your connection string. When you are trying to connect to the instance, you need to must and should pass the read only. You need to must and should pass the read only when you are connecting via SQL CMD. When you are connecting, I am trying to connect to the listener. Okay, when you are connecting from SSMS, go to the options, go to the advanced. What you need to pass, sir? So this is the application connection string you need to pass. This is the application connection string. So that is only one difference. So when you are trying to connect using SSMS, you need to pass application intent equal to read hyphen only. When you are connecting via SQL CMD, you need to pass -k read only. Yes or no? Differences noticing? Hey, everyone clear?
Yes, Anna.
Yes.
Clear.
Okay. Click on enter. Click on enter. Okay. Oh. Let me do one thing. Let me just hold on here. I need to make it healthy demo. Why it is pointing to this? Let me grant the scissor mania to make it very healthy. Okay, now we are good. Okay. Shit. EMD. NAS administrator. Okay. Pause it. Enter. Now you connected, right? Now you can go and verify. Select @ server name. Go. So which server it is pointing?
Not to.
Which server it is pointing? Node 2 is primary or secondary?
Node 2.
Node 2 is primary or
Secondary.
secondary? So your listener is
Secondary.
routing automatically to the node 2, right? Yes or no? Say I
Yeah.
am not routing the connections to the
Yes,
node 2,
Anna.
right? Who is routing the connections to node 2? My listener. Because I am passing my connection string as read only. I am passing my connection string as read only. If you are not passing the connection string read only, sir, what will happen? Okay. Let me remove the read only option. Okay. Select @ server name. Go. It is pointing to the node 1. See, it is pointing to the node 1 because you enabled secondary read only Until unless your connection string is needed read only, it won't point to the node 2. You need to definitely pass read only. If you are not passing read only, it will directly point to the node 1 only, primary replica only. See the differences.
If we have multiple servers to read only, then for which node it will point out, Subbu?
That is what I told you, right? Grouping. It is like grouping. Where it is, yes. You are grouping, right? Based on the order, it will go.
Okay. Based on the order.
Based on that, yes. Any questions? Any doubts? Routing list with live demos practice. Okay, I'm going for now. I'm going for okay. Going for SSMS level practice demo. Okay. Sir, I am not routing anything. I am just passing the parameters. Go to the logon. So I don't want node 2. I want listener. I just pass the connection string. Oh, okay. Connection parameter. I need to go to the database level. I'm sorry, sir. Multiple attempts. Okay. By default, it is going to the node 1 login. Shut. Okay. Okay, what you can do, sir, only one thing, just go to the option, enable additional connection settings, enable this application intent equal to read only hyphen, and you can choose the database name and try to connect it. And you can verify select @ server name. Definitely it will point to the secondary replica. So everyone clear? Read only routings. Any questions?
So if
Any
the
questions, online
user
people?
wants so if the reader wants to connect for the secondary replica, then he also should follow this rules, correct?
See, users only will follow. We never follow because you never
No.
try to connect with read only. Users, application team
Will
will pass the connection string.
okay, but no, my question is, are they aware of this
Yes,
this method?
you need to educate. You need to educate, right?
Okay.
How users know? So we are application users. You need to we will go for read only. If you are going for only read operations, okay, I want to only connect to the secondary. I can enable read only. You just pass the connection string, read intent. See,
Okay.
you need to balance the load. That's it. Apart from nothing, okay. You are just balancing the load, okay. And what you are doing additional, just you are passing as a connection string as a application read and equal to read only on the connection string. You will just they will add the connection string. Hey, connection string is nothing but like this. They will return somewhere, okay. Somewhere they will return, okay.
Okay.
Any questions? Everyone clear? Routing list. Then I can move for another concept. Online people clear?
Yeah, Subbu.
Okay. So
Sana.
I'm moving on. Yeah, I'm moving one more concept. So that is nothing but okay, auto seeding. Then I will go for backup performance because yes,
Suppose now if I want to see the fully qualified name, where I need to go?
fully qualified domain name is nothing but https :/server name dot domain name dot com :14 your port number. That
Okay.
name you can get it here itself, right? So when you go to the see endpoint URL, this is your fully qualified domain.
In the properties we can see. Okay.
Yes.
I actually thought that up to now, just if we select the read intent only option and all this GUI method, it will work, I thought.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
No, you need to set the URLs, okay? Rules. Okay. Then we'll go for auto seeding, sir. So auto seeding is one of the feature which is introduced on 2016. Okay, 26. You already familiar, right? How to take the backups and full backup, log backup, and you can tell to SQL Server to make a synchronization, or you can use the join only, or you can skip the initial data synchronization. Means it won't do any synchronization, but it will just join the replicas. It will just join the replicas. It won't perform any synchronization. When you go for skip installation data synchronization, it will just join availability groups with the replicas without any database synchronization. Without any database synchronization. Now see, on these are the three options till now we are using before 2016 release. On 2016 onwards, Microsoft introduced one more, the fourth option, that is auto seeding. One of the option called auto seeding. Okay, so what is, sir, auto seeding? Why we need to prefer? Okay, an idea behind the auto seeding is quite simple. It's quite simple only. A SQL server set up a newly adding secondary replica or a new database in the availability group completely on its own by performing the following steps. Means when you are going for auto seeding, sir, what exactly happening in backend, sir? Means a full backup a full backup is performed on the primary replica through VDI, virtual hard disk drive. Okay, so through via network only it will perform full backup. You are not specifying any location. Okay, you are not taking any full backup. Through network it will take the full backup. It will be much faster when compared to a normal backup. Okay, so why, sir, we are going for auto seeding? Means in case your database size is very huge, then you can go for auto seeding. Definitely it will improve the performance. Okay, see, the taken backup is streamed through the networking to the newly added secondary replica. It will automatically stream the backup. It will automatically stream that backup via network to the secondary replica, and the received backup is restored on the secondary replica. Received backup is restored on the secondary replica. The secondary replica is finally joined into the availability groups. So these are the four steps will be performed when you are choosing the auto seeding. When you are going for auto seeding option, so these are the four options. Internally it will perform. In regular way, it is doing a full backup and log backup, normal .bak file format, right? See, in normal full backup is .bak format only, right, sir? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
See, I created one folder, right? One shared folder. You can go and verify that shared folder. See, it created a normal .bak file. So it won't happen, sir, when you go for auto seeding. In auto seeding, it will create a VDI file. Okay. So, and it will stream automatically via network. You no need to worry. So that performance is very good when compared to normal. Okay, somewhere, see. Uh, Somewhere I kept it. Where I kept it? Hmm. Oh, missed to add the point. Okay, so why, sir? Why I need to go for auto seeding, sir? I can go for a full backup and log backup. I can go for join only. Means to reduce the, okay, uh, man man-made work. Okay, so where you need to take the full backup, again you need to the log backup. You need to move, or you are telling to SQL Server to take the full backup and log backup. You need to copy it to the secondary replica and you need to restore it, right? So sometimes for the small databases, medium databases, you can go for all these two options, sir. It is well and good. In case your database is 1.5 terabytes, 2.5 terabytes, 3.5 like terabytes of data. So to improve the performance when compared to the regular approach, to improve the performance, you are going for auto seeding. Auto seeding will improve the performance when compared to the regular classic approach. Okay, when you go to the regular classic approach, auto seeding will improve the performance while you are joining the databases or creating the new availability group. You can join the databases, you can create the new availability group. Got you? Online
Yes.
people? They're getting or not, online people?
Yes, Anna. Yes, Anna.
Okay. Okay. So I am using the script level, sir. Please be mute. Please be mute. I am using the script level. Okay. So you can create the always on availability group via script level also. I'm just using now I'm using the script level. Okay. So this is my fully qualified domain name, right? Where I keep it. So this is my fully qualified domain. Okay. Change it. Change my fully qualified domain name. Okay. So what is my availability group? I can go for my AG auto seeding. My AG auto seeding. The group name is my AG auto seeding. Okay. Okay. So currently you are running on the primary. Okay. Failover mode is on. Failover mode is equal to on. You need to set failover mode. Okay. DTU support distribution transaction coordinator. Distribution transaction coordinator none. Now as of now no need to worry. This is my database. Which is my database is free. So this is my database where I'm going to set auto seeding. Third DB, okay. Third DB is my database name, and the failover mode is manual. Okay, you can set it as automatic. You can set it as automatic. Okay. So here the very important is auto seeding mode. Auto seeding mode. Very important mode is auto seeding mode. So here we are adding one more parameter, that is auto seeding mode. When you are going for command prompt, when you are going for, let me zoom it. Let yes, fine. When you're going for command prompt, okay, so these are all the parameter set where you are going to pass. So that is nothing but node 1. Okay, here I am passing as a node 2 is my secondary node. Node 2. Okay, node 1, node 2. So create availability group name with automatic backup preference equal to primary. Okay, you can set it either automated backup preference, either primary or secondary, anything. Okay, as of now we are focusing for this demo is auto seeding, sir. I am creating the availability group with the help of auto seeding. I am not using a backup, a regular classic approach like full backup and log backup and join only option, or I can go for skip the installation. I'm going with the fourth option, that is auto seeding mode equal to automatic. Automatic. Here we have one major drawback, sir. Automatic seeding, but not like a performance level. See what I mean to say is, once you run this, you need to should run this on the only on the primary, sir. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me connect to the primary. Hey, getting or not, online people?
Yeah, you said in the qualified name we
Getting,
should
Anna.
give SQL Server default instance port number, right? Not endpoint port number.
No. So this is our endpoint URL, sir. This is not routing URLs. This is endpoint
Okay.
URLs. Endpoint URLs, that is routing list URLs, right? In routing list URL, you need to provide the port number. That is endpoint URL.
Okay.
Okay. Let me connect to the secondary as well. Let me connect to the secondary. Okay, this is my primary and this is my secondary. Okay, on secondary, what you need to do means you need to perform these two operations. You need to perform these two operations on secondary. So alter availability group name. What is your availability group name? This is your availability group name, right? So you need to perform manually join operation on secondary, and you need to grant the permission. You need to grant the permission. Okay. So alter database group grant create any database permission to this availability group. If you are not granting the permission to create a database to this availability group, no, it won't create any database on the secondary until. Okay, that is the 2 points you need to remember, sir. When you are specially going for auto seeding option, first you need to grant the permission, create any database permission on the secondary replica. If you are not creating sort, what will happen? See, now see, just I am just executing this. Okay, done. Let me connect to the node 1. Let me connect to the node 1. Okay, don't get confused, sir. Now when you expand here, you will see the two availability groups. One availability groups I already created, one availability group I created with auto seeding, right? Yes or no? See, that database is not joined. See, you just created the always on availability group. Okay, database is added or the primary, but nothing you can see on the node 2. When you go to the node 2, shit. Hey, online people getting or not?
Anna, getting
See,
Anna.
so secondary node, nothing you will see. Okay, until unless you need to perform these two operation, you need to first, okay, grant the permission. Okay, sorry, two things, right? Sorry. Okay, you need to first join, then you need to grant the permission, then you can try to refresh. See, database is added. See, your replicas is getting synchronized. That is the two things, sir. You need to majorly look into when you are going to perform auto seeding. Definitely, that availability group you need to join on the secondary replica, and also you need to grant the permission to create any database. So these are the two things you need to remember when specially going for auto seeding. Auto seeding will improve the performance for the lost databases, like it will work with the VDI backups. Okay, internally through networks only it will transfer. Clear? Not clear?
For auto seeding option, GUI method is very easy now to do.
You can go for GUI. I told you, right? I will practice. I will show you one thing in. Yeah, we can create 10 availability groups correctly. Yes, Mohammed. Max 10 availability group, Mohammed. Okay. On each availability group, you can add 100 databases. Maximum 10 availability groups you can create in one instance, sir. Okay. Maximum 10 availability groups. Each availability groups you can create 100 databases. Okay. Clear? Not clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yes, Anna, clear Anna.
Okay. So you can monitor, sir. We have the DMV, one DMV, very interesting DMV. You can keep it manually. You can also keep auto seeding mode into manual, like automatic and manual. So we have one interesting DMV. Everyone need to remember. So that you can check the auto seeding means transferring the data via network, right? Via network, right? Transferring the data via network, right? In that cases, you can use this command to verify how much percent has been completed. As of now, we don't have much data, right? As of now, we don't have much data, but when you're especially going for uh, huge databases in real world, you can run this query. It will display how much percent it is completed till now, how much data is transferred to the secondary replica, and what is the estimation when it will complete. You will get the both info. Got you?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it, sir.
Okay, this is the auto seeding. So any questions on backups, but not backup, sorry, routing list, configuring availability groups, configure different availability groups using command prompt, using GUI. Okay.
If we are installing 2008 R2 for always on availability group, then we need to go for failover clustering only. Correct, na Subbu?
There is no always on 2008 R2, right?
Oh, it came on 2012, correct? Yeah.
12, right? Auto seeding feature is introduced on 2016 onwards, RK. Before
Yeah.
2014, 2012, you will use only three methodology: full and log backup and join, or skip the install synchronization. Clear? Not clear?
For each availability groups, hello, no?
Yes.
For each availability group, can we create multiple listeners? Is there any
No.
benefit to create multiple
No.
listeners?
Okay, let me do. You are adding one more listener.
No, we cannot create one more listener from GUI method, but by going to clustering, we can add one more.
You can create, but I too don't know. I never tried that option. Okay, someone told that we can create by not recalling. Okay, that is the one thing.
Can you go to clue.admin? I mean clueadmin.msc.
Oh, you will show you that's good. Okay, yes.
So here you can go to roles.
Okay, roles, yes.
So here you click on that AG group.
Okay.
Okay. Come down in the down screen. Go
Yes.
to resources.
Yes.
Here click on that AG group.
Okay. Properties.
Here right click.
Properties.
Here more actions.
More actions. Okay.
No, in the more actions.
More actions.
Not here. Here only you click on.
Both are same only. Both are same.
More actions.
More actions. Both are same only.
Here.
Assign another role.
No, not that one. Can in the upside only can you click on the? Can you do right click?
Okay.
Create action point, something it will come. Here can you set more actions?
From here, okay, let me. So just it is showing show dependency.
Okay. The setup will be there tomorrow, right? I will tell you tomorrow. I have noted it down.
Now you can just take the screenshot. Okay. Tomorrow anyhow we'll discuss, right?
Okay.
Any questions?
So
Yes.
someone in the interviews they are asked to us what is the use of listener
Listener is a connection string. Just it
in
is
the
a
always
connection string. Connection string, that's it. Listener is nothing but a connection string where application team pass it as a connection string. See, I don't want to connect node 1, node 2. I can directly connect via listener. So based on this availability, it will route the connections to either primary or secondary. It's like a just connection string. It's like a virtual name where we are passing it as a connection string for the application user. That's it. In a simple answer, side forward answer.
Okay.
It is a just virtual name where we are passing it as a connection string. Okay. Sir, how you are telling it is a virtual name? That is what your question, right? Okay. Let me show you. Let me open dsa.msc. Okay. Let me open dsa.msc. When you expand this is my domain na.com. When you go to the computer, okay, see SBAAGLG is my listener name, right? Yes or no? SBAAGLG is my listener name. Failure cluster virtual network name.
Yes,
By default, it will create a one virtual network under the computer, but it is not a computer, okay? But it is acting as a virtual computer. It is not a computer, but it is acting as a virtual computer, sir. What do you, Prasad?
Okay.
It is not a computer.
Okay.
Don't get confused, sir. It
Got
is
it,
part of
got
the
it.
computer. No, it is not a computer. It is a virtual computer. Just you can pass it as a connection string.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now the backup preferences. Everyone is fully tied, right? Let's see.
Yeah, Subbu.
Let me start the recording.
For me,